Welcome back to Winslow Academy. So today we're diving into some powerful tools for network security testing. Whether you're an IT beginner or someone getting started with security, these tools can help you better understand network security and start identifying potential vulnerabilities. So let's get started. So our first tool is Wireshark, and that comes pre-installed with Kali Linux, but it's available for Linux distributions and Windows systems alike. So when you open it, you need to choose which filter it should capture on or what interface it should use. It has to be the one where your traffic is going through. So right now we don't see anything, but if I open, for example, just this page, then it will load a page and we will be able to minimize this. And now we see there is a lot of packages in here because those were transferred between us and the server when we open the browser. So basically it's a network protocol analyzer, and with Wireshark you can expect the individual packages and see their content, that including the IP addresses, so source and destination. You can see the protocol, the payload within the data. So this can help you understand what is actually being transferred over the internet, and that is also where you can investigate and see if something is off on your network. So you can see if some packages or network traffic is being communicated without you being actually aware of it, and you can also see within each of these what is being transferred. So for example, if you go to an unsecure site that doesn't use SSL protocol, and you enter your password and username, you'll actually be able to see it in the package in plain text here. So this was the first tool, and it's highly recommended for any network analysis. So next up is Nmap, or network mapper. So Nmap is one of the most popular open source tools for network discovery and security auditing. You can do a lot with the Nmap. You can scan for hosts on a particular IP range. You can also scan for ports. So the way it works is basically you go to any terminal where it's installed. Here we have it in the terminal of Kali Linux. It is already pre-installed, so we can call it by using the Nmap command. And here we will try to scan for the top, the most popular ports on a given web application or web server, the 20 most top ports, and we have chosen meetsecret.dk. If you want this, run this, Nmap will quickly send requests and then tell us which of these 20 ports, what the state of those are. So we can see here the HTTPS is open, also HTTP on port 80 is open, and then it's filtered on some of the other ports. That means that not necessarily that they are closed, but they could be closed, or there could be some other thing, but it doesn't detect up front that these are open, so we need to do a bit of further investigation. Third, we have Tcpdump. That's a packet analyzer like Wireshark, the first one we saw, but this is a command line based tool for Linux users. So the way we do this is, of course, in terminal, because it's command line based, and here we can execute it or get it started by saying sudo and then call the application Tcpdump. Then we need to choose the interface that we'll be listening on, and that will be the same as we saw in Wireshark. We can just quickly switch to Wireshark here. So in Wireshark we chose the filter ETH0, and that's the same we'll be choosing here. And that can be different if you are, of course, having another interface where the network traffic is going through. And here we get the password, and now basically it's starting up, and it will enable us to scan the packages being transferred. So if we go in here, you see when we navigate in our browser, it will actually bring all the packages in here and show us some of the same information as Wireshark, just in the command prompt instead. And then you can do further investigation using the tool by using different commands, of course. But this is just to illustrate that this is possible through the terminal. Then we have Metasploit, which is a penetration testing framework. So Metasploit is a powerful tool that can be used for developing and executing exploit code. So it consists of a lot of vulnerabilities that can be used right from the get-go. But of course, since this is like a tool used and can potentially do quite big damage, you're only supposed to do it locally, like on a safe environment, for example, in a virtual box, or on applications that you have access to do this on, because you can't just run this on any application. So first off, we'll just enter admin code here, and then Metasploit will basically start up. It comes pre-installed in Kali Linux, and as we see here, now I will not be doing a lot with this just to illustrate that this is a tool. And you can see here in the version we have here, it has over 2000 exploits, and it has more than 1000 payloads. And all of this can be used to do some real penetration testing or exploitation of an application. So if you have an application on your own, you can try to test it using some of these and see if you can actually penetrate it. So it's a good thing for penetration testing and network security testing as well. And finally we have Nikto, which is the last tool that we will look into. So if we open this, and here we can actually do a scan of a web server to find potential dangerous files, outdated software, and other security issues. And the way we call this in is using just Nikto to illustrate the application, and then we basically choose the page that we'll be running this on. And here we choose. And then Nikto will do a scan, and it will start to show the IP, the host name, port, and then it will basically show us the result here. So that was the last tool that we'll be using. You can try any of these on your own. It will be a lot easier, of course, if you have Kali Linux installed, because then all of this come pre-installed with the distribution system. But else, most of them can be downloaded on either Windows or Linux.